What's up, everybody? This is the Tech Preacher. So Samsung, without a doubt, make great smartphones, great tablets, great computers, great monitors, and everything else in between. But the most confusing thing about Samsung is that they bring in features and they remove features, especially on their smartphones. So in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts about two subjects, right? The S Pen and the display. Samsung display, yes. The display. I was shocked to see how many Samsung users that was having issues with Samsung displays. Yes, we got to talk about it, right? And it's weird. Let's have some fun. Sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about it. The S Pen. As you know, Samsung has made the S Pen and S Pen software perfect to complement users, to make them have a one-stop shop for full productivity on a smaller form factor. I mean, Samsung have done a lot with the S Pen and S Pen software. If you haven't used the software is just great, right? Now think about this. You had your Galaxy Note, your Galaxy S tablets, all support the S Pen, right? But recent releases, we've seen Samsung take a different approach. They're taking support away from devices like the Galaxy Fold. Plus, they're removing Bluetooth features and functionality out of the Galaxy S25 Ultra. So like the S Pen is like a tool for success, for productivity. I don't understand why they removed these features and functionality. But what makes matters worse, the all-new Galaxy Trifold with its huge 10-inch display, the inner display doesn't have S Pen support at all. I mean, think about it. The Galaxy tablets has S Pen and they got 10-inch tablets. So you're saying that an almost $3,000 device don't have S Pen support. This is supposed to be the ultimate productivity device. I mean, Samsung is kind of changing focus a little bit, right? Removing features and functionality to make devices thinner. I guess that's their approach. We've seen that over the past year with the Z Fold 7 and now with this new device, the Trifold. I mean, look, think about the brand new Trifold, right? Has a huge potential to be a one-stop shop. I mean, almost perfect. But somehow Samsung find a way to fuck it up, right? I mean, think about it. We know that it's running the 8 Elite processor instead of the 8 Elite 5. We know that. We know it's kind of thick and a little heavy when it's closed. We know that it's pretty thin when it's open. We know that the price could be touching around $3,000. We know this already, especially when it comes down to the United States. I mean, look, we know that this tablet is bringing in DeX, right, on device with second display support. Plus, you can have 3 full-screen portrait apps running at the same time on this device. 5,600 milliamp battery, 45 watts of charging. I mean, in everything, right? But one thing that would have sealed the deal with the Trifold is S Pen support. I mean, look, they don't want to sacrifice 0.5 millimeters to put a digitizer in it. Now, this device could be complete if it had a optional S Pen support. Think about this. S Pen on the tablets and all that stuff like that is optional, right? You don't have to use it, but it's there for the tablets. You got a 11-inch and you got a 14-inch tablet. And it has pen support and it's super light and thin. So I think it's a bad move for almost a $3,000 device with the Trifold to not have S Pen support. I mean, let me know down in the comments below. Is Samsung want to kill off the S Pen? And I know what a lot of people say, well, just get a tablet. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose for portability, right? Portability, you got a 10-inch tablet that can fold up and fit in your pocket. So it would be no need to bring a smartphone and a tablet everywhere you go. But Samsung is making it very difficult. So yes, you could buy a Galaxy S25 Ultra and you could buy a Galaxy tablet and still have money left over, especially when we seeing the price of the Trifold at about $3,000. And I mean, I know Samsung going light and thin, thin and light, removing all this stuff, right? But the most important features that a lot of me as a business user and a lot of people that like to jot down notes is the S Pen. So not having the S Pen, not having Bluetooth features and functionality on your devices, pretty much a dud. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts about not having S Pen support on the Trifold and not having, S Pen support on future Z Fold devices and only having S Pen support on your Galaxy Ultra devices. Let me know down in the comments below. Okay, so I was shocked when I read some of my comments on that video and I got some DMs and in my community, a lot of people was hitting me up and commenting about their displays, right, on their devices. And I was receiving a lot of comments and I was shocked. And this is one of the reasons why I want to talk about this, right? Look, if I got maybe one or two comments saying that, hey, they older Samsung devices have burn-in, I can kind of brush that off. Okay, one or two users. But I was getting a lot of users and I was getting DMs and people that posted comments on my last video saying that the Galaxy S24s 4 Ultras was getting burned in. I mean, come on, how is that? That's not possible. The Galaxy S24 devices is not even a year old, right? I mean, yeah, this is a year old, but people were saying that the Galaxy S22s, 23s, 24 displays was showing burn in. So is this a bigger problem that Samsung has, right? Look, as you know, it's the race to higher peak brightness, right? These devices got 2,600 nits, 3,000 nits. So is the peak brightness on AMOLED displays having faster burn-ins than the LED displays? Look, I wasn't expecting my Galaxy S23 Ultra to have burn-in issues, but the Galaxy S24 Ultras and the Galaxy S24 series of devices having burn-in. Look, maybe Samsung hasn't updated the screen technology like we think, right? Again, people could be seeing something on their display and maybe calling it burning. Now, I got my Galaxy S23 Ultra here, and if I put it on a white display, and let's go back here. So here at the bottom, I do have some burn-in, as you can see right there by the fingerprint scanner. Look like the fingerprint scanner giving me some issues right there. So it's right there by the fingerprint scanner that I got the burn-in right there, right? So I got a burn-in there, but I got the Galaxy I got the Galaxy S6, right? And this display is pretty much pink, right? Pink and white. And I do understand that this is a very, very old device. And I do got my Galaxy Note 9 that I do have some form of burn-in. But hearing the S24s having burn-in, that's a serious issue. Look, let me know down in the comments if you got a Galaxy S24 or 24 Ultra that you're having burn-in issues. Because look, here's what I want to do. Since I saw a lot of comments that came through the DMs and in my social media groups was telling me that some of the Galaxy S24s was having burn-in. What I want to do is get a dialogue and put a video together and maybe send this to Samsung or maybe at Samsung and see if it's a bigger issue. Because if people are getting burn-ins on the Galaxy S24s, then we have a bigger issue. I would advise anybody to have a burn-in on the S24s, knowing that that device is not as old. I would say reach out to Samsung and see if you could get a screen replacement if you're under warranty. Now, this is a bigger problem. I didn't know that this was a problem until I made the video. Listen, I like to make these kind of videos just to read the comments. People DMing me and emailing me and on social media, on my social media pages. I'm in a bunch of groups telling me that the S24 is getting burned. Look, I do understand what people might say. Well, use automatic, screen brightness, or don't put your screen all the way at peak brightness or whatever. Listen, I believe that if you paying $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 for a device, you should not be restricted on not making your display as bright as it can be, right? Without risking burn-in. I mean, these devices should give you at least 4 to 4 years of non-burn-in, or maybe not do 2,600 nits, or maybe 3,000, not doing 3,000 nits on these displays, knowing that AMOLED displays have a higher yield to burn in faster than, let's say, LEDs, right? So I don't know whether or not this is a good thing. But look, I wanted to put this part of the video because I believe that, man, if people having issues with the S23s, as I'm having the issue with my S23 Ultra, S24s, S22s. Listen, I don't think these devices should be in the burn-in stage right now. I believe that if you got maybe a Note 20 or S20 in 2025, you might start experiencing burn-in. Listen, we got to open up a dialogue and talk about this. Samsung got to fix it. Samsung got to fix it. I mean, what's going on with the screen technology? Samsung got to fix it. And you know what? We're going to pressure them to fix it. All right. Leave your comments down below. This is Eric. See you guys on the next video. Peace.